Okay guys, Kevin Dye Painting, braving the Great White North here. We can actually get into the parking lot today. I'll just kind of break down what we do on these guys. Yeah, it's in need. I'll just kind of start from one corner here and I'll walk you through kind of what we do. Obviously the first thing we do is pressure wash, and then we use a lot of bleach. This house will need a lot of bleach and a lot of wood brightener. My suggestion as well on this gutter would be to remove it. It does not seem to be working and it is just dripping down. So instead of the water just leaving the roof quickly, it's kind of holding it. I see some visible cracks in it as well, and that's something we can address too. So I'm seeing multiple styles of stain here. What usually I do, there's a couple different ways we can do this. In a situation like this, I often will opt to go with a stain with a little more pigment in it. I use Armstrong stains. I use the best Armstrong stains, oil-based, the very best. I don't use any cheap stuff at all. We take great pride in what we use. So my suggestion would be we entertain the idea of going with a semi-solid stain and seeing how some of that pans out. Obviously this would not be accomplished anytime soon. I'm booking my season rather quickly as it is, but with the water and all the snow and the temperature, it's not something we would get to right away. So I do see some on these windows. They look like a different kind of stain here. So yeah, this looks like these were done possibly at a different time. Relatively new, some of it. Okay, so door, we usually give a light sand, put a fresh coat of spar varnish on the door. So that I do know. Everything else I'm kind of learning as I'm here. Some of this is going to disappear, some is not. One of the things we can do to solve that issue is we come through and we use stains on here that are like a semi-solid. So we actually we beautify this with a semi-solid, and I've definitely got a hold of worse houses than this and turn them around, but unfortunately we're probably not going to get the pure wood look. We might be able to save some of this. It all depends on what comes loose and what breaks free, but this seems to has been here for a while. So pressure wash, bleach, wood brightener, all lights are removed. They are put back on at the end of the job. All plates, all things like that are spray painted on a drop cloth, a really nice dark brown, so as to kind of bend into the house. This guy here, decks, we'll have to see. I feel pretty ridgy. I feel the ridges right here, so it might have to be I might have to take a look at the decks. Unfortunately, sometimes when decks get to the point where they're that rigid, we have to sand them down. So I'll just put an optional, deck refinish on it, and we can kind of go from there. We stain underneath the house as well. We do everything. I'm not sure. I think this actually is what I was talking about. This appears to have been a semi-solid stain, is what they used on the back of this house. So this one's going to be some work. This one is going to be a considerable amount of work, actually. This guy here is taking the brunt of a few winters. Not a big deal, nothing we can't fix. I can make this place look amazing, but our options change a little bit on what materials we can use when it gets to this point. A lot of bleach. I can also replace that piece of fascia right there if need be. We do that all the time as well, and I use that pre-prime stuff. Obviously, I do not feel that you will be keeping this door. I'd also suggest a diverter above this door that pulls to either side of it. Very cheap to do, and I know a guy who can do those. So basically this door will have to come out. Whatever door you decide to go with, I have a door guy here in town, so we can use him if need be. But my suggestion would be we just take this door in place down to our door guy. He can set up his machines to cut all the hinges and everything, so it's just a new door is popped in, and then it could either be primed, stained, or whatever have you. I would probably suggest a metal door, and we paint it in to match whatever colors we use on the building, just due to the fact that it saves you money and it's going to get some water, so you might as well put metal, you know. Yeah. Yeah, this guy's definitely taking a beating. Weather up here is brutal. Weather up here is brutal. I know, I've already, I'd like to discuss this with you on the telephone, but I already see a couple different things that I think we should do that could really turn this place and look brand new. People would drive by and go, oh look, a new building. There's a couple things we can do. It is a little labor intensive, but at this point, it's your only cosmetic option for the most part, because we've got some pretty good destruction up there. So the only thing I didn't look at is underneath the front deck. Yeah, I think we could come through and do some, I think we can beautify this pretty nice actually. So what I'll do is I'm going to put together a couple ideas. I'll give you a call and I'll send this video today. I'll give you a call. We can kind of bounce some ideas around on what we can actually do. And yeah, I've definitely brought them back worse than this, and I think we could do it here as well, but a lot of it is decisions that have to be made on your guys' end, not so much with cost, but just with you know, colors and so forth, and kind of how we want to do stuff. So we can definitely go from there. So well, hey, thank you, and I'll give you a call here in a little bit.